What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys a pretty cool VGC 2016 battle going up against Moody Doofa, who has Salamence, Minechow, Kyogre, and Xerneas. We are going to be using Gengar, Yveltal, Mega Mawile, and Groudon on my side. So as we can see, this guy's team is a bit of that new Japanese team. We see the Salamence, Xerneas standard, but we also see Kyogre over Groudon. And we get to actually see a Minechow in it. Minechow taking the place over Kangaskhan as the standard fake-out user in the team. Goes pretty well with Salamence, which he's deciding to lead with. And since we see the Salamence Minechow as a lead, we can expect him to potentially go for Tailwind. That's just the lead option that he has. I don't know if it's really going to go off. It's hard to exactly say for sure. But we have to assume that his Salamence has that standard Tailwind because he's being paired with a Minechow. It's just something I've seen before. It's starting to be a pattern that I've seen. Also note that I have a Groudon on my team, and it looks like if I can set up my weather, there's almost nothing my opponent can do about it. So we're just going to start things off, get right into it, and show you guys a pretty cool game. This is a game I would expect to play at regionals, which is why I'm uploading it, because it seems like a game, like most games you're like, oh man, this guy's using a crazy gimmick, or this guy's doing something completely different. This game, my opponent is playing completely standard, and I'm just like totally calling him for it all game. And I just play really well this game, so I felt I wanted to upload it and talk about it. So starting things off, we see Minechow Salamence, and I'm like, alright, he's either going to A, fake out my Yveltal and go for Tailwind, or B, try and KO my Gengar and go for a Protect with the Salamence. That's just the only two options he really has at this point. So we're going to see him go with option B, and what I chose to do actually covered both of those things. We go for a Sludge Bomb off the Minechow, clocking its Sash, but the reason we use Sludge Bomb over anything else, and one of the reasons why I like leading with Gengar to break these Sash users, is because of Sludge Bomb's chance to poison, which actually happens. I mean, for me it happens quite often. We see he is going to go for that knockoff onto my Gengar, and since I'm Life Orbed over Sash, he is going to get the KO, but I get a Tailwind off of my Yveltal. So while it might look like he got the better end of the trade, trading his Minechow for my Gengar, I actually think Gengar has a lot more board presence than Minechow does. I get a Tailwind off, and he still loses his Minechow. So at this point, I have an extreme power play. I'm going to bring Mawile in here, and note that I'm bringing Mawile in here over Groudon. I'm deciding to bring my Mawile out, get an Intimidate off, and then have the option to switch into Groudon if I do choose to do so. So we're going to see Kyogre go Primal, gain that Primordial Sea ability, and I just don't know why he brought out Kyogre here. Sure, Kyogre is a Pokemon that can totally wreck this board. Maybe he just wasn't expecting me to bring Groudon, but me saving Groudon for a potential switch in here is just going to be huge right here. We're going to switch out the Yveltal, the obvious Pokemon to be switching out, in for Groudon, and Groudon is going to activate his Desolate Land. It's going to take over Kyogre's Primordial Sea. It's going to make it so Kyogre's water attacks are going to evaporate into thin air or harsh sun, I guess. And it's going to make it so Kyogre is pretty much just chopped liver on that side of the board. And you would think, well, he's probably just going to be fine. All he has to do is switch Kyogre out next turn, take a hit, and then reactivate it, right? Well, wrong. I'm going to KO his Salamence. Remember, he already lost his Minechow, so there's almost nothing he can do about it. He's going to go for a Tailwind of his own. There's that Tailwind that I talked about. I knew that he would already have because he was being paired with the Minechow. Like I said, these trends are starting to become pretty standard play at this point. We're going to go for a super effective player up onto that Salamence. And at this point, unless he has a skill swap user in his team, which he doesn't, there's no way for him to reactivate his weather. And it means his Kyogre is pretty much just like an Ice Beam bot. And that's no good because you also cannot freeze things while in the harsh sunlight. So he sends out Xerneas, his last Pokemon. Obviously, it's going to be Xerneas. And this is exactly what I said would happen. If I got my weather on the board and established control, there was nothing my opponent can really do. His board is so reliant on getting his weather up and just sweeping the game in a couple turns. He's using Tailwind Salamence, using Genomancy Power of Xerneas. And my control board of just playing my game, attacking only when I want to, and switching correctly, is just totally taking advantage of it. We're actually going to hit both Pokemon with the Precipice Blades. That's pretty ridiculous. There's his Ice Beam. He's targeting my Mawile. He's probably hoping for a freeze, which is why he's targeting Mawile. But like I said, you can't freeze in the harsh sunlight. We're going to get an Iron Head off. Play Rough KO'd Salamence. Iron Head Chunks Xerneas, and if I wanted to here, if I wanted to BM, I could actually just switch Groudon out for Yveltal and Sucker Punch the Kyogre thanks to the Dark Aura boost. So nothing really spectacular happened in this game, but I wanted to upload it because I just wanted to show that even if you think a team is unbeatable, there are always options at your disposal if you want to tweak your team just a little bit. I know I got a little bit lucky with the poison on the Mind Shao, but this team that this guy is using is the team going into regionals and like all the other events. It's pretty much the team that checks that Groudon Xerneas team because it has the Kyogre. It checks all the Kangaskhan teams because it has a Mind Shao. It has the Salamence as the standard Mega we always see. He also had a Smeargle and I think a Gengar of his own. And this is just like the, oh no, he had Talonflame. He had a Smeargle and a Talonflame. So, I mean, just because a team looks unbeatable, there's always ways to play it. I decided to get a Tailwind up and switch accordingly, and I was rewarded for it with a very quick victory. So let me know what you guys think about this game. Do you guys think I got lucky? Do you guys think I played pretty well? What do you think? What do you guys think about this guy's team? Do you guys think this guy's team is standard? Do you think he'd be better off with using a different Pokemon over the Kyogre? Maybe like a Rayquaza to stop my weather? Or maybe a Groudon going back into that standard team I was talking about? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.